Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 49 of Europa Universalis IV as France. We've taken a loan as expected. That's because I just had an event fire where I could either get 10 prestige for the cost of 1 stability or lose 300 and something ducats. I decided to take the hit to the ducats, which meant we had to take hit to the ducats. That sounds pretty much what it was, a big hit to the ducats. So basically that meant we had to take out a loan, but we do make a relatively decent amount of money, so we will be able to pull that back. What I probably should be doing, really, especially as there's no coalition against us at the moment, well, not a significant one anyway, is reduce down my army maintenance. Now, when you don't have full army maintenance, that does increase the chances of unrest as well. Also increases the chances that the AI will declare war on you, but I don't think we have to worry about that too much. Just dropping this down a little bit because it's giving us like an extra 10 ducats a month, and that will really help us to get back in the positives, and we can pay off that loan. Now, I do want to potentially go to war with a few people, so we will have to do that. One thing that I have realised is I really haven't got my diplomats to do anything at all at the moment. We're going to bring you back from Hungary because you don't need to be there right now. The Commonwealth still like me an awful lot, but I'm still going to go in and improve relations with them as much as possible. Now, who else do we like? Hainaut we still need to try and take. They're still at 200 with us. That is fine. Who else have we got? Wallis will never join us because they hate us completely, as do Milan. Although we could try and improve our relations with Milan. That's not a bad idea. I think I will keep one diplomat free just for any emergency situations where we may need to declare war and stuff like that. Increased settler chance and global settler increase, that is always good for us. It's certainly going to help with the colonies. Managed to convert another. Now, can we do Aragon or anywhere like that? Yes, we can. Let's get them converted. Still, we still got a centre of Reformed Reformation aware. Our colony of Nouvelle Flandre declared war on the 13 colonies, and they cite the Conquest as their CB. So that's fine. That doesn't get me directly involved at this point. What that basically means is that these guys are declared war against these guys. So I think we should probably end up grabbing a lot of extra space there. Let's make sure we keep these guys well out of England's way, because we don't want to end up being we just don't want to end up getting those guys killed. These guys down here should be fine. We don't have any boats in the water, and gained the colonial CB against Ojibwe. Now, of course, the problem that you've got here is England may well decide to land a lot of their troops here. Now, England probably aren't directly involved in the war. Oh, well, with Friesland, Cologne, Bohemia, Brunswick, Liege, the Hansa, Frankfurt, and Saxony. Oh, it's a different war. It's this one. So, yeah, I think they're going to be okay. Let's just have a... Ooh, what have we got here? 10 Liberty, Desire, and 1 Mercantilism. Yeah, we'll always take Mercantilism. It's good. Let's just have a quick look in the ledger. I wanted to look at relations and current wars. So it's the British-Frisian Trade War. No, it can't be that one, surely. Is it? No, it's this one. The Nouvelle Flandre Conquest of Sokoki. So it is literally just Nouvelle Flandre versus the 13 colonies. England aren't involved at this point. But if England get involved, then I might get called in. So that could certainly make things interesting. That said, we should probably go ahead and grab some more heavies, although we can't really afford to do that right now because we don't have a lot of money and we had to take out that loan. We're also getting close to our diplomatic cap, so we do have to be very careful what we do here. Has our annexed subjects gone away yet? Yes, it has. That's very good, because that means we can now go into Hainaut and we can start annexing the vassal. Will decrease the opinion of other HRE members, but that's fine. And then we'll have to decide who we're going to go and pick on. Got a few choices now. But we'll try and make sure that we're only getting in one war at a time. Golden Horde has internal conflicts. That's interesting. So what's going to start happening now is they'll probably start getting a lot of rebel events. Obviously, we can't see them because they're in the fog of war, but they might start having a lot of issues. Got some black flags up here. Or you guys have ended up in... you guys have ended up somewhere you shouldn't have done. Can you guys get out of there? Yes, you can. Managed to... Oh, religion's converting on its own. Some will go our way. Some religion will auto-convert in the right direction. Some of it doesn't, which is a bit of a pain. This is still mine, apparently. Oh, it's because it's still a colony. How come I don't actually have anyone defending that at all? That's quite strange. Nobody's defending that colony, although the natives aren't very aggressive at all, so we might be okay with that. Must have moved a troop there to help with something. I think overall, though, we'll probably be fine. Because of our superior strength and unmatched leadership, we have assumed leadership in the war against Great Britain and the 13 colonies. From now on, we will handle all negotiations. So unfortunately now, we've been called into this war, which is a little bit of a pain in the hoop. That said... we're going to be losing a bit of money here. That said, we might actually be able to do something. Now, we've got to be careful of our trade fleets. Our trade fleets are obviously going to try and come home at this point. Let's start by going ahead and unmothballing the Heavies fleet. Now, we do have to be careful with our trade fleets, because our trade fleets could very well run into the British Navy down here. Hopefully, they will manage to... Looks like... What have you got there, Britain? 20 heavies, yeah. Not too sure where my trade fleet is. I've got a feeling that they're going to accidentally run into British troops or British fleets if we're not careful here. There isn't really anywhere that I can take them that's safe. I might just leave these guys... I might just leave those guys up there for now and hope that Britain leaves me alone until my heavies are done. So that's one thing. What about if we actually went for this... well, we can invest in an idea. What idea is that going to be? That would be expansion ideas, which gives us trade power, which I don't really want at the moment. I'm saving up the admin points. But what about if we took that Diplotech? What would it give me? It would give me better ships, better trade efficiency, better trade range, and better colonial range. It doesn't really give my ships any sort of combat abilities. I probably should grab that, though. I will need to upgrade some of these ships at some point. Like I said, Britain are landing troops up here. Now, I'm just going to move most of my units sort of up to the north as a bit of a defensive line, really. Also, looks like... Why is Austria in this war? Of course, Austria is allied with Great Britain, of course, so we're going to go ahead and move some troops up onto this line here. And this gives us this excellent chance to try and take Cambrai and Artois. And the best bit about this is if we can actually manage to grab them, which we probably will, we can grab them in the name of Hainaut, because they are going to be our... ally in all of this, and they do have a claim on it, and because they're actually our vassal and we're currently attempting to integrate them, then we should be able to not get as much of a penalty, because we'll just turn them over to Hainaut. So now the British fleet has buggered off temporarily. Let me go and take this trade fleet and get this trade fleet to come and dock in Normandy if they can manage it quickly enough. So we will try and go up against them if we can. Patches are attacking us. So we've got these Austrian troops around here. I'm not going to attempt to take them on right away, but I'm certainly going to move some troops into position and get ready to deal with that encounter. We've got some more conversions going on, so let's keep those going where we can. Now then, rebel uprisings, 12... Was that 12 years? 125 years. I think we're good. Blockades we know about. There's not an awful lot else that we can do there. So let's keep things going. I'm not even going to bother watching what's going on over in the... over on the other side of the map. Right, you guys are about to come in and engage me. I am fine with that. If Austria want to come in and stack wipe themselves, I'm absolutely 100% down with that. So if I start moving in here, where are you going? You're going to go and engage me there. Right, let us make sure we are paused. You are going to stop moving. we're going to take both of these guys. I'm going to group them together because it'll be cheaper. We'll put forced march on, and you are going to force march yourself straight over here. Now, Heinet's going to come in and help. They're the ones attacking, so of course they get a massive combat penalty here. So we've gone ahead and won that war. We did lose a naval battle somewhere. What did we lose, though? Our trade fleet took some losses. Don't really... oh, those guys are going to come ahead and dock down there. Yeah, go home at war. You should definitely dock there for safety. That'll be fine, though. The British may be trying to land troops in on the south shores. That is quite possible. It's a tactic they like to use. Let's group these ships up here as well. I am going to group all these guys up. I'm going to detach a siege. And I am going to make sure that we have... where's the bigger army? This one. Make sure that we have forced march on. And we are going to chase the Austrians down. They're moving quickly. What I really should be doing here, actually, is slowing the game down to make this a little bit more manageable. But I haven't. Right, they're just going back here, so we'll do that. We'll just keep our eye on what England are doing. Oh, they hadn't attacked down here. Still a fair few units around that we do need to be careful of. That was a bit of a crappy engagement to take, because we've got the river crossing and everything. Could go ahead and engage these guys here. There would potentially be some reinforcements. Now then, these guys have decided to engage us down here. We can go and reinforce that quite quickly. So what I'm doing here, or at least what I'm attempting to do, is just move some units around to get a few... you guys can get in there. Well, actually, you guys can get in there quite safely. It is in the mountains, but we should be fine. You guys can stay there in French Comté because I might need you later on. Right, what have we got going on here? A few people asking for military access. You guys can group up. What do I want to do with you? Do I want to chase anybody down at this point? They've broken that siege, so let's come back to the safety of the mountains. We will split this group in half. We don't need to have forced march on anymore. I'm going to bring half of them over up here. The other half can stay there for now. We will take a little bit of attrition, possibly. We are still winning the war. Obviously, the difficult thing is going to be trying to siege out some of England. We do have a transport fleet. We could try and drop a few troops onto the mainland. I don't know how realistically possible that is going to be, though. But we do have some transports here, so let's consider moving some of our troops over to Normandy, actually. And obviously we still want to keep some of our troops around so that we can deal with any Austrian nonsense that might fire off. And it looks like there's going to be at least a little bit of Austrian nonsense. Now then, what I want to do actually here is tell my subjects to be supportive more than anything right now. In fact, no, be aggressive, it's fine. And then they'll just keep trying to siege things out. Because I want well, that's the Hesse sieging that out. Not sure why it's not Hainaut, but we'll carry on. We can't move into that territory there. That's fine. Let's come back into friendly. And we'll get a little less attrition there. How many transports do we have here? We have 20 transports, which is not an ideal number. But we are going to try and get some men across the river if we can. So across the channel even. So attached to the transport, you guys are going to go and move into the Straits of Dover. And you're going to hopefully drop in Kent. Now at the moment, I have no idea how many troops Great Britain have on the mainland. So we could end up losing a lot of units here. I'm just keeping my eye around. I can see we've got some Moldovan units moving in down here. So let's start moving down to go and intercept those. We've got the military power actually. We will stop, we will forced march, and we'll head down there and see if we can catch them. Not sure where the British fleet is at the moment. Let's move you guys into Co. It'll be... I don't actually think it makes any difference at all to how long it'll take these ships to move over. You guys just go in and start trying to take London as quickly as possible. You come and dock over here. And we will grab you guys, attach to the transports. Transports are going to move back out into the sea. And you're going to drop your troops there. Might stay sieging, just so we can try and get Kent. Now then, what's going on down here? We've actually, I actually got there too quickly, and those guys have gone off in the other direction. Now, you're going to try and make your getaway. You might manage it, but you're not forced marching, so you didn't get away. That's very good. Now, you're landing some more troops. You were landing some more troops. You've now changed your mind. Let's move these guys back up to French Comté. We're still attacking this place here. We could potentially drop some more troops onto Great Britain. Now, who else is involved in this war? Nice isn't, unfortunately. So I don't want to try and take anything from Nice right now. But we definitely want to try and take these two provinces here from Austria. That is a given. I've also noticed here that Austria does have a... oh, that's Hungary. Hungary's got some troops up there. We could go ahead and deal with them. Now, they do have a leader there, so we do have to be careful. That fleet's down there, that's fine. Of course, we're losing a lot of money at the moment. But that's okay. Do we want to try and continue to siege out there? Yeah, I think we're safe in trying to do that. Do I want to go and try and break that stack? I don't think I do, because I can see Austria has a unit moving around down here, which causes me a little bit of concern. I think we'll be okay, though. Not going to go and get involved with that if I have to. There is still a coalition against us. The coalition is still definitely forming. It's not a massive coalition, though. It's not really one that I'm concerned about at the moment. Now, we can either lose a stability or gain 3 inflation, either of which is particularly bad. We'll gain the inflation for now. We'll reduce it down later. And we'll just concentrate on the war at the moment. I hate it when you have events like that fire when you really need to start, you know, when you've got a war going on and the war's probably more important. So we'll try and siege out London, because that'll really give England some pretty harsh war exhaustion. I'm just deciding whether or not I want to take this engagement. They have a 225 leader, and I don't have a leader here at all, which makes things very, very risky. Because my leader's actually over here. Does that leader have any siege? He does, so I really want to leave him there. I guess the Hesse can get sieged out, although they are my allies, so if I go in, they will probably come and join me. Let's go ahead and take that engagement. And let's just hope that my allies do come in and join in, and that might help us out there. So they have no, they haven't joined in. We should still win the encounter though. So there we go. We've won that encounter. We'll withdraw back to friendly territory. We are still losing quite a lot of money. I notice we've even got the Antilles fleets over here helping to blockade, which is always nice. We can go ahead and try and convert another province, so let's keep those going. New technology. We can actually get an administrative tech, which gives us another idea group. It's not bad to get that at the moment. Now, we do want to save some admin points, because we are going to have to do a little bit of... what's the words I'm looking for? A little bit of coring, but these provinces, we should be able to flip them over to Hainaut, and then they will... flip over to us when we annex them, so that will be fine. We get to choose our new thing. Now, I'm torn here. Do I want to go for quantity ideas, or do I want to go for Diplo ideas? I think we're going to need the Diplo. I'm actually almost certain that I want to go for the Diplo, so we're going to go ahead and take that. Now, I could go and get the first idea in Diplo straight away, which gives us the extra diplomat, but we don't need it. We are going to need to do some peace. Oh, we've got a national decision available now. Ruler has an administrative skill of at least 2 and stability at least 2. Missionary strength +1 till the end of the game. Yep, let's go ahead and take that. Still looks like we're doing okay in sieging out England. Is there anything over here that I really need to be concerned with? Well, there's an Austrian stack over here. It looks like they're coming in to engage somewhere. And, Where are they heading, actually? Oh, actually, they're engaging there. Can I... Let's just stop those... Oh, pause. This is why I don't usually play on fast speed. Let's make sure that these guys can get there and reinforce quickly. They do have forced march on now. So they should be able to get there in time to... Oh, they've got massive reinforcements, so the Austrians are just going to get crushed there. There we go. So that's another war in our favour. Let's move back out into friendly territory so we don't get massive attrition. So these sieges do seem to be going in our favour. Don't think I wanted to risk putting any more troops over on there. Now then, where are the British navies? I am apparently blockaded. I'm blockaded down on the Ivory Coast, apparently. Could not care any less about that at all. So, assuming there's no British navies around here... Oh, there's a British navy there. So I don't really want to send these guys around because they're just going to get flattened. So those guys are just going to stay there. I can't get them around to the other side. This should be significant enough to scare the British fleet away. Even though they do have more heavies than me, I don't think they're going to risk trying to bring any ships into this sea. So we should be okay there. I see we've got one little Australian unit there. Austrian unit there with a leader. Let's go ahead and just crush them because it's fun. And what are we doing? 56%, 7%. Liege. Liege isn't even in my wars. You can see that their plate is grey, not blue. So I'm not sure what war they're part of. But looks like Austria's getting some... the snot kicked out of them in several different directions. Let's go in here and take on Hungary. Again, these guys are getting a little bit beaten up, but I'm hoping that we'll get some reinforcements coming in. We do have the penalty here. Maybe this bit was a little bit of a stupid engagement because I'm just getting terrible rolls versus the AI. Got a slightly better one there. A colony has become self-sustaining. Recall diplomat. So this is now a colony. That is fine. Do we want to colonize along here anymore? Probably not. We probably want to continue to colonize around this area where we can. Let's go ahead and send a colonist there. We need to get ourselves another unit, really. You guys are still sort of traipsing around trying to find something interesting. So just keep doing that. Now then, back over to the war in this direction. What was going on? What was I keeping my eye on? That was right, this little fight up here. How badly is this going to end for me? Oh, they've just got another major roll. Siege of Kent is over. That is good. And we did manage to win that somehow. Right, let's withdraw. We certainly need to get our troops back up there. Siege of Kent is over. Let's go ahead and take Essex if we can. Now, Essex is this an important centre of trade? No. Are any of these important centres of trade? We can find out by clicking the trade map mode. Where are you? Trade. No, just London. I mean, we're never going to be able to take London. That's obvious, but I mean, we'll be able to siege it out, but we'll never be able to actually take it from them because it's their capital. But either way, it will help things out a little bit. Another successful conversion there. That is good. Let's go ahead and grab the next place that we can. So still having some ports blockaded, but before we go any further on with this war, that's probably a good point to end the video. So I'm going to pause things up there. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV as France, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.